Okay. So the first step for the breathing circuit test, we have to seal the patient
Take
voice.
it.
Once it is finished, it will show you open the patient port and confirm with OK. Then open the patient port and confirm with OK. Just like this. So now this also became green. Can you see here it is successfully finished. Then we connect back. Yeah, and you can see there is a 43 ml of leakage which is acceptable. Up to 300 ml of leakage is acceptable, and also the machine has 100% leakage compensation. So right now we have calculated everything. So when you are connecting to the patient, the parameter that you are setting up, it will be exactly delivered to the patient. So more than after this leakage compensation and everything. And also compliance, you can see compliance, resistance of the circuit. Everything is okay right now. So then we go to the third step.
Before you go, there is a certain percentage of leakage is allowed.
Yeah, up to 300 ml.
300.
Up to 300 is accepted.
Accepted.
There is no alarm.
No, there will be no.
And the machine accepts the calibration.
Yes.
Okay.
Then we go to the third step where you are selecting the patient type. So we are selecting new patient, for example,
What type of patient do you have here? How many type of patient do you have?
pediatric and unit.
Pediatric and neonate. Okay. Let's focus on pediatric, please.
Pediatric, okay. So if you select pediatric, HFO will not be available, high frequency.
Okay.
Because high frequency is applicable only for the neonates. So
This
far.
is a step in our management. First conventional, then high frequency.
Okay. So if you are selecting pediatric, then you have to select what type of therapy you want to use. Like you want to use it as a non-invasive ventilation, or you want to use it for the O2 therapy, because this machine is inbuilt with the all type of therapies that you want. O2 therapy like high flow oxygen therapy, low flow oxygen therapy, and conventional ventilation, non-invasive CPAP, BiPAP, and also we will have a conventional ventilation and high frequency also. So what type of therapy you want, you can select from here and confirm. So if you have selected NIV, it will show you NIV is selected, and you are selected for the pediatric patient. And below that, you are going to select what type of mode you want to use it for the non-invasive. For pediatric, you can use any type of mode that you are using as an invasive. So for example, if you want to use it like a control ventilation or
This is not invasive?
this non-invasive or
Yes.
pediatric.
Yes.
So for pediatric, it will be applicable to use any type of modes. So if you want other modes, you can go to the other modes and you can select, for example, CPAP, MMB, spontaneous proportional pressure support, and CPAP with volume support. Or if you want pressure support ventilation also, you can select pressure support ventilation. Once you select and confirm
So we have the modules of non-invasive, of invasive as non-invasive.
as non-invasive. For pediatric only.
We
For-
can choose.
Yeah, you can choose. For if you select neonate
Okay.
on NIV, so it will show you only two modes. So confirm CMV and CPAP. Because one will be a control ventilation, another will be the spontaneous. Then you are going to connect the interfaces here, like a non-invasive interface, and then you are going to fix it in the nasal or only nasal you are going to use.
Marine generator and something like
Yes.
that.
So if you want to use it for the O2 therapy, just confirm for the O2 therapy. Then you are going to take only the inspiratory limb, and you are going to use the nasal cannula, OptiFlow nasal cannula from the Fisher and Paykel. So you might
Compatible with the OptiFlow?
OptiFlow, yes. So you are going to select the size, depends on the baby patient size, and then you are going to fix it here in the inspiratory limb. So the advantage, you will have the humidification also going on continuously for O2 therapy, and you can see the mode is only written O2 therapy, so you will not see any other modes. So you can select FiO2 percentage and also the flow. So the flow is starting from 2 liters to up to 50 liters you can select. So depends on the patient usage, you can select the high flow. Once you select, you can immediately go for start. So only start whatever the therapy, you can just go start and confirm from here at the bottom.
Okay.
So right now this is for the O2 therapy. In the O2 therapy you will see only two parameters, FiO2 and the flow. So to go back to standby again, so if the same patient you want to shift to non-invasive, just make it standby, and when you make standby, just reset this alarm. Then you can select for NIV, if the same patient you want to shift to NIV. You don't have to change any other circuits, only thing you are going to disconnect from the inspiratory limb, and you are going to connect to the Y-piece if you are using for invasive patient. You are going to take two limbs for the non-invasive patient. So you can keep the flow sensor away for non-invasive ventilation. So only for the invasive ventilation.
How can I connect to the face mask here?
We will use generator, nasal CPAP generator.
The baby flow tube will go in.
If I want to, this is for nasal CPAP only.
Yes.
Nasal CPAP only, yeah. So then you are going to connect to the Y piece. So if you are using bigger mask, you have to connect to the Y piece and then use mask here.
Yeah, full face mask.
Only face mask.
Yes.
If you are using bigger mask, Dr. Oropharyngeal mask for the pediatric bigger babies, you have to connect it here.
Okay, we are using Respironic. Is it okay?
Yeah, that is okay.
I know you have your own mask, but we are using Respironic. Can I connect?
You can connect, but to make sure there is no leakages around the mask. And,
I should use the elbow, the blue elbow, right?
yeah, that will be better. Okay, so right now we have a patient, the same patient got intubated, for example. So we have to select the tube. If the patient is intubated, then confirm. So if you have selected a tube, you have to make sure that it is connected with the flow sensor. Because for invasive patient, you have to use the flow sensor. For non-invasive, you don't have to use the flow sensor. So we have replaced and reset the alarm. Okay, then again you can see what type of mode you want to use. So what is usually do you prefer using?
CRMB.
SIMB. Okay, so you select SIMB and you can do the parameter setting like FiO2. So you can rotate with the knob and confirm. So if you still see, that means it's not confirm. Still see yellow color, that means it's not confirmed. You have to press again. You will not see any light after confirmation. So this has to be a dark blue, that means it is confirmed already. So you are ready with the mode SIMB, then you can go for the start ventilation and confirm. Right now you are on tube, neonate, you can see on the top. On SIMB mode with the tube patient. So now you will see multiple graphs, and these are all the measured parameters from the patient side. So bottom you will see your settings. So anytime you can shift from one mode to the another mode. If you want to use from conventional to high frequency, you are just going to change the mode only. So now we are selecting.
Only one unit.
Yeah, it's not available for pediatric. So this is high frequency. So you are going to select only the mode. You are going to shift. And if you want to come back from again from high frequency to conventional, so we are going to select only the mode. Yeah. So if you see alarms, you can go for the alarm settings here. You will see higher and lower limit, and the middle is the one patient value. So you can just play according to that the patient value. You can increase or decrease and confirm. So there is a minute volume delay because if a baby is so small and moving too much, you can keep a minute volume delay for 10 seconds or 20 seconds. So there will be no alarm. It will delay for the 20 seconds until the time you keep. So if the baby is settled down after 20 seconds, the machine will not make any alarm at all. So which means this will be a benefit for you to avoid alarms. Okay. So in the main screen you can customize the graph and the parameter as like you want. So we will reset the alarm. For example, if you want any more graphs, you can just touch, and in the waveform you can select anything else you want to add. Yeah, if you want loops also can be added. For example, loops. So you want pressure, volume, flow volume, any kind of loops can be added. So right now I add two loops, flow volume and pressure volume. We can add it at the same time. If you want waveform, you can go for the waveform and the volume graph. Or if you want small, you can add two waveforms. For example, now volume, flow. It can be interchanged.
Excuse me. When you finish, go back to non-invasive and try to apply our masks, okay? Oh, sorry.
So these parameters also can be customized. For example, now you want to add any other parameters, you can just touch and you can add anything else you want.
And the one parameter, two parameters.
Yeah, you can make one parameter to the two parameter or group of parameter. Now this is one more advantage. For example, if you want to have an oxygenation parameter or ventilation parameter, you are just going to say oxygen and ventilation. So it will give you group of parameters that is used for the oxygenation and ventilation. Then in the same place you can add, instead of parameter, you can add the trend also. If you want trend, you can select what type of trend you want. For example, if you are using, if you want to have a peak pressure trend, or if you want to have a peak trend, you can select what type of trend you want. And also you can have a loops in the same place. In the parameter place you can have a loops also.
Excellent.
So it is almost more advantage than the previous version. So also in the graph, if you want to have any other, for example, we have a smart lung display, pulmonary display. So this will give you guidance of the real-time lung display, smart lung display. So this will be mediastinum and tracheal marking. If there is any resistance in the ET tube or anything secretion, it will show you red color. And also it will show you real-time dynamic compliance and resistance at the same time. And also this marking will show you the diaphragm marking. If there is any patient trigger efforts, the diaphragm will be moving. So which means you can identify who is stimulating the breath. Also this graph will give you guidance whose activity is more, like whether the spontaneous activity or the patient activity or the machine activity. Because you can see there is a white part which is coming up. The blue part is the machine activity. The white, so this white square is the white square is the patient activity. If the patient activity is more, the white part will become big than the blue one. So that means you will identify, okay, patient is the one breathing completely.
So white for patient and the blue for machine.
Yeah, blue for the machine. So if you see blue, white is more, so like this, and then there is a patient activity is more, so you can consider shifting to CPAP or pressure support ventilation, something like that, from the control ventilation. So this can be changed to the waveform again, volume waveform. So also from here we can have a different views. So there are total 6 views. So you can customize each view as like you want. So if like one of your doctor want to have like specific views, you can customize any of the views. View 1 to 6 can be customized. So like that. So this will be the standard view. So we have a specific parameters for high frequency, so that can be customized, adjusted during if you want to use the high frequency parameters. So if you select HFO, it will give you key 4 parameters. So HFO mean pressure and FiO2 and tidal volume high frequency and the DCO2. So because this ventilator will give you tidal volume measurement, not like the other high frequency ventilators. So you have to monitor the tidal volume during high frequency also.
DCO2 or DCO2?
DCO2 also can be
Tidal
monitored.
volume.
Yeah, tidal volume, high frequency. During high frequency you can monitor the tidal volume. And also there is DCO2, diffusion coefficient of carbon dioxide. So it can be monitored also. So the main target of Draeger is to have a protective lung ventilation, because the baby is still growing for, we have to make sure we are giving adequate tidal volume, not reaching more than required. So that's why we are targeting on tidal volume rather than only targeting giving chest wiggle. So during high frequency there is more chances of barotrauma. So to avoid that, we have to monitor adequate tidal volume which we are giving to the patient. So if you are blindly only adjusting the amplitude, of course we are not sure how much tidal volume is reaching to the patient, right? So that's why the Draeger is recommending you to monitor the tidal volume when you are using high frequency also. So for example, when you are using high frequency, you still can activate volume guarantee. So because in the conventional ventilation you have a volume guarantee, right? For the normal conventional ventilation you have a volume guarantee. But here so this is high frequency. If you go to these 3 dots, there is additional settings. You will find HFO volume guarantee. So recommended tidal volume is to 1.5 to 2 ml per kg is recommended tidal volume during high frequency. So you are going to set up the how much tidal volume that you want to set up for this specific baby. So once you are targeted, okay, for example, if your baby is 1 kg and you want to give a 2 ml per kg of tidal volume and confirm, and the amplitude is automatically adjusted by the machine. So you will not be able to adjust delta P anymore, but the machine will adjust for you. So the machine will find the lowest delta P possible to deliver this much tidal volume. So
This
also,
high frequency volume guarantee.
yes, HFO volume guarantee.
Ah.
This you will not find in any other ventilators, any other ventilation, because
The machine will adjust the delta P according to tidal volume.
according to tidal volume, according to the patient lung dynamics also. So you will not be able to play delta P anymore, but you are going to play with the tidal volume only. Your target is only tidal volume, not the delta P. Your target is not the wiggle, just wiggle, but the tidal volume. Because when you are activating volume guarantee, the machine also will maintain the standard tidal volume all the time that you are ventilating. Also, it will affect in the PCO2 level in the blood gas. So if you are for considering, for example, if your tidal volume is 2 ml for the specific baby, the total tidal volume is 2 ml, and you are checking blood gas, the PCO2 level is, if it is okay, that means the standard 2 ml will be maintained all the time, regardless of the patient dynamic changes. Because you are going to set up the amplitude maximum limit to the machine, so the machine will play within this maximum level.
Below this level.
Yeah, below. So if it is the tidal volume is not reached after up to 40, of course it will give you alarm when the tidal volume is not reached. So you have to adjust the amplitude maximum again.
So activate it please.
So we will activate this one. As you can see, tidal volume, you can see it will come down to 2 ml.
And here delta P maximum only.
Yeah, only maximum.
And you can change.
Yeah, also delta, we can add delta P parameter anywhere. For example, so we cancel the group of parameter and we make 2 parameter to delta P. And what else we want? Okay. DCO2 we have dynamic resistance. We have device flow, for example. Okay. So we have delta P. So before you were giving 20 amplitude delta P, but right now you can see it is almost only 7 delta P. So which means the machine will find lowest delta P possible to deliver you the 2 ml of tidal volume. So as you can see, tidal volume will never change, but delta P will change if the patient lung.
So if we want to change according to lung gas, so we will increase tidal volume.
You cannot, play with the.
Suggested that there is CO2 retention.
Okay.
PCO2 is high.
Yeah.
And we want to take action on the ventilator.
Yeah. Next step to the tidal volume, you have to play with the frequency.
No, suggested that frequency it's okay for us. And frequency it's average for age.
Okay.
So next step to change this or to increase, just to increase the delta B or to go to conventional high frequency or what.
For now, like for example, if you have a baby weighing of 1 kg and the targeted tidal volume is 1.5 to 2 ml only. So because you already reached 2 ml, which is higher, yeah, you cannot increase the tidal volume anymore. So what we are going to do is we are playing with the frequency next step. Because we are trying to make a protective lung ventilation rather than just blindly giving higher tidal volume and causing barotrauma. Now we are trying to more of the not to strain the lung. So we keep the tidal volume as a standard level, and next step is to play with the frequency. So the amplitude will be played with by the machine itself.
Okay.
Also you can target DCO2, for example. So if you have a DCO2, and also this can be made as a trend, for example, you can made as a trend measurement. Yeah, here to the DCO2. So this trend, so as long you ventilate, it will be a trend. So when you are looking at the trend itself, okay, the DCO2 is maintained standardly, or is it fluctuating like that? If you are ventilating like conventionally by yourself, like you are adjusting the amplitude by yourself, of course DCO2 will be like this. But if you are activating volume guarantee, the machine will try to keep like this. So which means there is no much strain to the patient given. So it is maintained very much standard, and also the CO2, PaCO2 level in the blood will be also standardly maintained for you.
If the patient is okay, quiet, how can we win from this?
For high frequency, as usually, like how do you wean usually?
We
With the
decrease
flat-
delta B, we decrease mean air CDB or mean airway pressure till limit. After that, we can shift to conventional.
Conventional. Okay. Since we are targeting on the tile volume, as you can see the delta P already it is lowest, for example. So you don't have to worry about delta P anymore because the machine itself will wean the delta P by itself.
Okay.
So which means you are going to only monitor. If the delta P was previously it was higher and then it is gradually came down to like this with the normal smallest delta P, that means it's already weaned.
Okay.
So next step you have to consider what you are going to.
Decrease airway.
Yeah, you can decrease, you can play with the map if you want
Hmm.
and then shift to conventional. So that will
But
be-
usually, what I ask, this we keep the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can decrease this to 1.5 or not as
No.
a step for weaning.
Yeah, you can consider, but this is the normal value, so there is no use of reducing that. Then it will cause the hypoventilation to the lung. So as for you are maintaining the tidal volume adequately, it is okay to open up the lung and keep it open.
Okay.
It is adequately open. So when you are shifting to conventional, of course the tidal volume is not sufficient. Then you are to go up 4 or 5 ml
Okay.
per kg.
For 4 kg weight, we can give VT 8.
Yeah.
This VT must be 8. 6 to 8. 6 to 8.
For high
VT.
frequency.
For
Tidal volume.
tidal volume.
On high frequency, if the baby is 4 kg,
4 kg.
you can give 6 to 8
So
ml.
maximum weight is 4.
Then how much weight we can for
10
neonate?
kilo. 10 kilo.
Up to 10
kilo for high
kg.
frequency.
High frequency.
For pediatric,
Because if 6 to 8 is 12 men per page. Right?
6 to 8, yeah.
If 10 will be, must be 20.
20.
Yeah, must be true. It will reach 20. Yeah. So it has inbuilt of up to 40 ml.
To 40.
So which means you can give up this.
So we can use pediatric, but on neonatal.
I mean, if you are considering 4 kg or 8 kg baby as pediatric, yes, of course you have to use it on neonatal. Because up to
Neonatal,
10 kg, the
Neonatal.
machine considers as neonatal.
Neonatal.
So if you are considering as pediatric, of course you have to keep a machine on neonatal and use. So once you start using it, you will get familiar because this is much more easier when you are applying to the patient. Actually. So then when you are finished, when you are trying to wean, you can shift anytime to the conventional. You don't have to change anything else, only the mode.
For high frequency, we need to go this button and this both buttons.
Now this button is additional settings. So only
Additional
other modes. you are
other
going.
modes, then select.
Yes.
High frequency.
Then okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then this volume guarantee
Yeah.
and on and adjusted tidal volume.
In this one, adjusting tidal volume and delta P.
So this is your previous delta P, what
Yeah.
you were giving before.
Okay.
Right now only this one is activated, which is amplitude maximum.
Okay. We can increase this
You can
according to alarm.
Yes, according to the alarm.
Okay.
Only tidal volume will be adjusted here on
Yeah.
this
Tidal volume
Tidal
setting.
volume and amplitude.
Maximum.
Amplitude.
Maximum delta P.
Okay. Maximum how much we can give?
Amplitude,
Yeah.
maximum you can reach up to
90. Yeah.
So you can see tidal volume is always 2. It will not fluctuate.
Will be fixed.
It will be fixed. If you have blood gas value okay with this 2, then it is well and good. You can continue the same thing for even 2 days, 3 days. No, it will not change anything. So this will give you advantage also to avoid blood gas, frequent blood gases you can avoid. Because you are going to target on DCO2 and the trend, if the trend is standard, so if you are doing blood gas with this value and blood gas is okay, then you are just going to check whether the value is standard or not. If it is fluctuating, then you can do blood gas and see, or else you can leave because it will be maintained all the time.
There is sensor and the pressure. For what?
Yeah, so this sensor is mainly for the flow sensor. So neonatal flow sensor, if you are using for the like a nebulizer or if you are shifting for non-invasive, you can switch it off the sensor. And there is a calibration also. So what type of sensor we are using? We are using ISO 15. And there is O2 sensor to make it off or on.
Okay.
If you off, the FiO2 will not show.
Yes.
If you are on, FiO2 will show. So there is only sensor. And there is a procedure. Procedure only the manual inspiration and hold. And O2 suctioning. So when you are activating O2 suction, it will give pre-oxygenation 100% and post-oxygenation. Also when you are disconnecting, it will silence the alarm during the suction. And this nebulization 5 to 15, 20.
Correct answer?
Yeah,
Okay.
for the nebulization.
In high frequency, we cannot give. No?
Hmm?
In high frequency, we can give
High
nebulization.
frequency you cannot do.
We cannot.
We
This,
have to-
this duration, right?
Yes, duration. So we will shift to conventional
Okay.
and go to the procedure. Then you will see 5 minutes, 10 minutes, how long you want.
Hmm.
You can select.
Nebulization.
So for example, if you select 5 minutes, and then the machine will give the pressure here.
Okay. This side.
And then, yeah. So when you are giving nebulization, it is recommended to remove the flow sensor away and keep it.
Yeah.
After when you are connecting, removing the flow nebulizer again, you can connect the flow sensor back.
Okay.
So this is procedure. And then system setup, mostly you don't have to do anything because it's a default. If you want to customize, you can do it from outside itself.
Okay.
And this is help button. It will give you full manual guidance. Like also you can go for the help here itself. If you select high. So for example, we are using pressure control SIME. So if you want to know about the pressure control SIME, it will give you idea what is this if you press this high. Or if you want to know about any other modes, for example, you want to select high frequency and go to high, it will give you about high frequency, yeah, about volume guarantee and everything, HFO psi. So there are different parameters for the HFO. Or you can go to the index, which will show you all type of topics. Or you can go to the home to see what else you want to read about. If you want to do a troubleshooting for the alarms, you can go to the troubleshooting, alarm, cause, remedy. So if you are facing any alarms, you can check it here itself, like what is this alarm for and how you can rectify this alarm. You have to go to the troubleshoot. So everything can be checked from here, I button. So then once you finish, you can go back to stop ventilation and then reset alarm.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Pediatric, can you show us pediatric how we
So
can
you
select
new
new
patient,
patient?
confirm, and then you select pediatric.
You
So-
consider, yes,
Yeah.
that's what you say.
Yeah.
No need to set the weight, weight of the baby.
If you want, we can activate that also.
Before the both are sit
Yeah, we can activate if you want. Because this weight will not going to change anything. Only the initial settings it will change, but the always settings will be what you are setting up. It is the settings. So if you want, I will add it. I'll add the weight also.
Yeah, it's better.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.